Okay, I think we're live. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and Facebook page. My name is Sarah. I teach Thai on YouTube and Facebook page. Today I'll be teaching you and explaining some stuff in the Thai language, the questions that I got from people. Now you know my secret. It's a green screen. Okay, so let's take a look at the first question. Ta-da! Okay, let me add this. Thomas from San Francisco. I actually met him in person. He came to my meetup. He was the only fan who could come for that day during coronavirus pandemic. So it was lovely meeting him, Thomas. Thomas asked me this question. He was asking me when I was live streaming, when I was on my way to the singing studio last Friday, and he asked me about T as a relative pronoun. So let me teach you that today then. Okay, so he said basically relative pronoun in Thai is those relative pronouns in Thai are different from those in English. So let me give you an example here. So like when I say I talk to Sarah, who is a YouTuber, okay? So in English we use who, right, as a relative pronoun. If you don't know what relative pronouns are, they are the word that link the object and to modify the object or to modify the subject. Okay, so it's a complex sentence. Okay, simple, compound, complex sentence. This one is complex sentence. I talked to Sarah. Which Sarah? Sarah who is a YouTuber. Okay, so who, this one we call it relative pronoun. In English we use who, and if you translate the word who to Thai, it's krai, right? Krai, okay, krai with true R. You might hear it kai, yeah. However, in Thai, when we use a relative pronoun, we don't use the word krai for who. Relative pronoun in Thai is T, so we always use this word T. Even though you want to say like Sarah who is, we always use the word T. T is a relative pronoun for who, whom, where, pretty much everything. Okay, so it's very easy in Thai. We have only one. I mean, we have two. Another one is sung, and then I'm sure there's some more, but the most common one is T. Okay, T, relative pronoun. T also means places too, but T here acts as a relative pronoun. Okay, Sarah ที่พูดภาษาไทยเก่งๆ Sarah who speaks Thai language ภาษาไทย very well hopefully เป็น YouTuber. Okay, so basically the structure is Sarah who is, this is the clause, right, that modifies Sarah. Yeah, this is a complex sentence. Okay, Sarah who is speaking or who speaks Thai very good. The main clause is Sarah เป็น YouTuber. Okay, the main clause is Sarah is a YouTuber. Let me put English too. Sarah who speaks Thai very well is a YouTuber. But this is a complex sentence because it's not just like I love you. I love you is simple sentence. I love you and you love me, that compound sentence, right? This one is a complex sentence. Sarah who speaks Thai very well is a YouTuber. So the main clause, the main structure, main sentence is Sarah is a YouTuber, and who speaks Thai very well is a clause to modify Sarah, and before that clause is relative pronoun. This one. Okay. Okay, so in Thai we say the same, the structure is the same. Sarah who, T is who, okay, who speak and then we say ภาษาไทย in Thai we need the word ภาษา okay ภาษา is language ภาษาไทย Thai language. You cannot say you can say put Thai in this case, it's fine. But when we talk about language in general, we usually add the word ภาษา okay ภาษา sa rising tone ภาษาไทย เก่ง okay very well. Well เก่ง is well. Yeah. เก่ง just to emphasize that it's quite well. เป็น right is okay เป็น YouTuber. Yeah, she's a YouTuber. เป็น YouTuber. Okay, and I'm gonna explain about pen and ku later on too. Okay, so this is pen, verb to be pen. All right, so next example, when we talk about people in general, like which people, this is a phrase also. This is not a sentence. คนที่ผมไม่รัก the person whom I don't love. So here you can see that we don't use the word we don't use the word ใคร right? It's whom. Okay, but if you translate that into Thai, it's ใคร. But in Thai, we don't use that as a relative pronoun. ใคร is WH word in Thai. We don't use it as a relative pronoun like in English. It's different, okay? So คนที่ผมไม่รัก คน person ที่ relative pronoun refers to คน okay? ผมis I for male speakers. ไม่ no รัก the person whom I don't love. Okay, คนที่ผมไม่รัก this one is not a sentence. It's not a complete sentence. It's a phrase. Okay, คนที่ผมไม่รัก and then you can add later to fill in the blank to make it a sentence. คนที่ผมไม่รักคือ and add the name. คนที่ผมไม่รักคือ is. Okay. ใครดี คนที่ผมไม่รักคือ Sarah. The person who I don't love is Sarah. Okay. คำพูดที่ฉันอยากบอก คำพูดที่ฉันอยากบอก คำพูด is words. In Thai we don't need the, right? We don't have to use the article the. In English we need to use that, right? The words that I want to say. คำพูดที่ฉันอยากบอกคำพูดคำ word พูด speak คำพูด words ที่ that okay ฉัน I female speakers or could be male speakers too. You might notice that in a lot of Thai lyrics songs, male singers address themselves as ฉัน right ฉันอยากบอก อยาก want to. This word อยาก needs to be followed by another verb, okay? You cannot say อยาก and noun. อยาก and verb only. คำพูดที่ฉันอยากบอก also this one is not a complete sentence, it's a phrase. คำพูดที่ฉันอยากบอกคำพูดที่ฉันอยากบอก okay? The words I want to say is I love you. You can add fill in the blank. โรงแรมที่สวยๆชื่ออะไรโรงแรมที่สวยๆชื่ออะไร Hi Shane Tekin. Long time no see. I just saw you in my private group. Okay. โรงแรมสวยๆชื่ออะไรโรงแรม is hotel. The hotel which is beautiful is named what? Okay, so what is the name of the hotel that is beautiful? So in Thai, you have to swap everything, right? You have to do hotel first, and then which is beautiful to be named what? ชื่ออะไร Adai will be at the very end here. What is the name of the hotel that is beautiful? โรงแรมสวยๆชื่ออะไรโรงแรม hotel which T relative pronoun in Thai is very easy, right? You just use the word T, yeah. โรงแรมที่สวยๆ emphasize, right? Add two of those, yeah. สวยๆโรงแรมที่สวยๆ rising tone สวย okay สวยๆชื่อ falling tone ชื่ออะไร to be named what ชื่อ means to be named, okay, to be named ชื่ออะไร is named what, okay. So So what is the name of the hotel that is beautiful? I think the last one, for example, is คนที่ซาร่าชอบคือใคร and then I'm gonna move on to the difference between คือ and เป็น okay คนที่ซาร่าชอบคือใคร Who is the person that whom Sarah likes is who. Okay, that's like the structure in Thai. So who is the person that Sarah likes? That's like more like English, right? คนที่ซาร่าชอบ okay, the person that Sarah like is who? คือใคร okay? คือใคร คือใคร the person whom Sarah likes is who? Yeah, so T here is whom. Yeah, W-H-O-M, whom. คนที่ relative pronoun. But then this one is ใคร, that one is who. Okay? But in English, you cannot say that, like, right? You cannot say like the person who, yeah, the person who Sarah likes is whom. Yeah, in English, just like that. The person, if you want to translate like literally, the person who Sarah likes is whom. Is who. Yeah, ใคร is like who or whom. Okay, so this is person คนที่ whom Sarah likes is who. So confusing. So the trick for me is just to put WH word. Most of the time is at the very end of the question. Okay. All right, let me check comments. Hello, Kai, you're late. The suspense. Whom do you like? A lot. I like a lot of you. Good answer, right? I have so many hearts. หลายใจนะคะ เป็นคนหลายใจ I have so many hearts for everyone. Okay, so next one. Okay, this question is from Min. I think he's from Vietnam. He's Vietnamese, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Min. So he asked 3 days ago, yeah, about the difference between คือ and เป็น so I'm gonna tell you the difference. And honestly, there's a lot of like sometimes is overlap too. Like you can use them both. Okay. Let's talk about เป็น in terms of another meaning than verb to be first, just to differentiate it. Okay. So เป็น means you have the ability, you have the skills to do something. You have the skills of something. Yeah. In general, you can use เป็น or ได้ right? For example, Sarah เล่นเปียโนเป็น Sarah เล่นเปียโนเป็น เล่นเปียโนเป็น Sarah เล่นเปียโนได้ yeah. So these two, you can use them interchangeably. They mean the same. Okay. However, when if I add the word ไม่ here, it still means the same here. Okay. เล่นเปียโนไม่เป็น เล่นเปียโนไม่ได้ this one will be different. So if you use it as an affirmative sentence, it means the same like this. It means I can play the piano. It can mean either I have the permission to play or I'm able to play, as in I have the skills to do it. But when you use เป็น, it's more like you have the skills to do it. If you say เล่นเปียโนได้, it could mean like you have the permission to play the piano, or you can actually play the piano too, right? But if you add the word ไม่ here, it will be different. Well, I would say most of the time it means difference. เล่นเปียโนไม่เป็น okay? If I say Sarah เล่นเปียโนไม่เป็น it means that I cannot play piano. I don't have the skills to do that, right? But if you say เล่นเปียโนไม่ได้ it means that I cannot play right now. Maybe my neighbors are already sleeping. So right now I cannot play. So this one, I cannot do it, right? Can't do it as in no permission or shouldn't do it. But this one is like no skill to do it. So technically when you use pen and die in affirmative sentences, they pretty much mean the same. Like you can use them interchangeably, but when you negate the sentence, when you add the word no, like ไม่เป็น I'm sorry, I haven't written Thai script. เล่นเปียโนไม่เป็น this one เล่นเปียโนไม่ได้ no skills. This one, no permission. Yeah, so if you say เล่นเปียโนไม่เป็น no skills, like I don't know how to play. เล่นเปียโนไม่ได้ it's like maybe it could mean I don't know how to play or I don't have the permission to play right now. The same goes with like driving, ขับรถ yeah. So usually when people ask me, Sarah ขับรถเป็นไหมขับรถเป็นไหมขับรถเป็นขับรถเป็น this one is like I have the skills to do it, like I know how to drive. Okay, so I usually, like in English, when I say, well, I don't drive, I cannot drive, it could mean like you don't have permission to drive or you don't have the skills, right? But when I say ขับรถไม่เป็น it means I don't have the skill to do it. But if I say ขับรถไม่ได้ it could mean I don't know how to drive or I just don't have a car, so I cannot drive. Okay, that makes sense. ขับรถไม่ได้ขับรถได้ไหมขับรถได้ไหม Can you drive the car? Can you drive it, as in like can you, like you have the skills to do it, and do you have a car to do it? Can mean both, right? But if I say I don't know how to drive, like actually I don't have the skills, I usually just say ขับรถไม่เป็น this one, to avoid confusion. Because when I say ขับรถไม่ได้ it can mean that, oh, I can drive, but maybe I don't have a car. Maybe my dad doesn't allow me to drive right now, but I know how to drive. You know, that's so confusing. But yeah, so basically I would say if you want to refer to skills, say เป็น and ไม่เป็น for no skills. Another expression in Thai that we use, which is not really related to skills, but we use the word เป็น anyways, is อาหารกิน like กินไม่เป็น yeah, กินไม่เป็น in Thai doesn't mean you don't have the skills to eat, because we all just chew right in our mouth and then just swallow it, so you don't really need a skill to do that. Yeah. กินไม่เป็น so กินไม่เป็น means I never had it before. I never got to eat it, and I feel like I would feel weird if I eat it. It would taste like odd to me. Yeah, กินไม่เป็น like for example, you see some, I don't know, insects, and then like a deep fried insects, and then you don't want to eat. You can tell like your Thai friends กินไม่เป็น as in like I never tried it. I don't think I would like it. Okay, so this one is an expression. It doesn't really mean that you don't have skills to do it. It actually means like you're not familiar with it, or like you just don't want to eat it because you don't think it's going to be good or going to taste good for you. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Also, we use the word เป็น when in English is as in Thai. Sorry, we use the word เป็น if it's the word in English is as. Like, for example, I say, Sarah ชอบ who should I like? ชอบเชนละกันนะเชน ชอบเชนเป็นเพื่อน Sarah, transliteration first. Sarah ชอบ like, right? ชอบ Chen is my friend, my good friend. เป็นเพื่อน as friends, like this. Sarah ชอบ Chen เป็นเพื่อน hold on, this is transliteration, this is English sorry Sarah ชอบเชนเป็นเพื่อน this is why you guys should get into Thai script so I'm not gonna get confused by typing transliteration and translation in English Sarah ชอบเชนเป็นเพื่อนเพื่อนเพื่อนเพื่อนเพื่อนเพื่อนพ่วน this one is not พ่วน okay it's เพื่อน it's like you're smiling เพื่อนเพื่อน okay Sarah ชอบเชนเป็นเพื่อน so when you translate this right Sarah likes Shane as a friend like I like him as a friend so if you want to use Ben here if you want to mean as here like as in English then you use the word Ben here ชอบเชนเป็นเพื่อน you cannot use คือ here yeah ชอบเชนเป็นเพื่อน okay all right let's talk about คือ before I get to that then let's just check the comments for a little bit สวัสดีค่ะ Daryl how are you hi oh my god you make it Kabay can we just omit the konti at the beginning of the sentence no you can't because let me go back konti yeah you cannot drop konti here because konti is the person that if you want to say I don't love you like ผมไม่รัก that's fine right but it's different here like you want to talk about the person whom he or I don't love so that's different so that's like a complex sentence that's the now phrase the clause and then you need the main verb here there's no main verb here anything that comes after T is not main verb yet you need like a complete sentence so you cannot drop it it's different maybe I should have given the full sentence the person whom I don't love is Sarah yeah let's put my name คนที่ผมไม่รักคือ Sarah the person that I don't love is Sarah oh that's so sad so yeah so this is a complete sentence คน who the person is Sarah this is the main sentence right like subject verb is คือ yeah and Sarah is an object or complement in English is called I mean in linguistics is called complement is it complementary complement yeah it's complement it's not an object but it's complement because it's after verb to be okay คนที่ผมไม่รัก so the main sentence is คนที่ that person is Sarah and then you modified it which person that I don't love okay so that's different that I don't love I hope that's clear I'm going to move on to go back to คือ okay คือ and เป็น so คือ we use คือ for specific like anything after คือ needs to be specific like name position could be definition description of something okay เป็น on the other hand we use it for general or status like general status state of being okay and there are some exceptions to like คืออะไร or เป็นอะไร which totally like these two totally mean different I'm gonna get into those in a second okay but let me write that too before I forget เป็นอะไรand คืออะไร because if I didn't I would forget for sure okay now เป็นคือ so let's give you some examples because if I just say this you wouldn't get it okay Sarah เป็นครู so occupation we always use เป็น okay unless it's a position or something that is specific okay Sarah เป็นครู Sarah เป็นครู yeah Sara คือครู it's not wrong but it's odd. Okay, so you don't want to use this one because it's not specific. If you want to say Sarah is my teacher, like Sarah คือครูของฉัน that one is fine because after คือ you need something specific or definition of a person or item. Okay, so Sarah คือครูของฉัน Sarah is my teacher. ครู teacher ของ of ฉัน I female or male speakers. You can drop ของ here too. คือครูฉัน is fine too. Sarah คือครูฉันครูของฉัน yeah. Sarah เป็นครูของฉัน is fine. You can use here too. Okay, but I would say if you stick to a specific or definition and use คือ not คือ but คือ มิทอน then you will understand it better because I mean you can use this in colloquial Thai too. คือ just more formal in this context. Like you can use Sarah เป็นครูของฉัน is fine, it's not wrong. I would say in this context, like if it's specific, you can use pen. Only specific, okay? You can use pen, but you cannot use pen when it's a name. Yeah. Let's go back again. Sarah เป็นครู that's one general. Okay? Occupation in general. เป็นครู. And if I want to add เป็นครูของฉัน you can still use pen here. Okay? That's fine. However, you cannot really use Sarah คือครู because it's not specific enough. Okay? Sarah คือครู like ครู which. คือ we use it with the specific like position or description or definition. Okay? So you don't want to use that. So, but if you say Sarah คือครูของฉัน you can use คือ here. Okay? All right. Let's move on to this one. คือ also used when you want to make an introduction. Like the word after คือ if it's the name, you use คือ you're not going to use เป็น Okay? ครูของฉัน my teacher is Sarah. So this one is specific. My name is specific, right? An introduction of a teacher or your teacher or my teacher. So when it's specific like that, when it's a name, it's pretty much 100% is like คือ Okay? ครูของฉันเป็น Sarah. You're not going to say that. It's wrong. ครูของฉันคือ Sarah. So if it's a name, then you want to use คือ Okay? ครูของฉันคือ Sarah. Yeah. นี่คือ Sarah introduction, right? This is Sarah. That one is คือ as well. นี่คือ Sarah. You're not going to say นี่เป็น Sarah. Okay? นี่เป็น Sarah. Yeah, this isn't the example that I gave, which is wrong, right? ครูของฉันเป็น John. Yeah, you don't say that. ครูของฉันเป็น John. John.ครูของฉันเป็น John. You don't want to say this because John is specific. So you want to use คือครูของฉันคือ John. Okay? อาหารที่ผมชอบกินคือ tea, right? Tea here. อาหารที่ผมชอบกินคือ Okay? อาหาร the food that I like to eat is. Yeah, this one is specific, right? The food that I like is pad thai. The food that I like เป็น pad thai. That's wrong. อาหารที่ผมชอบกินเป็น pad thai. No, that's wrong. Because you give a definition. You give the name. Specific name. Okay? อาหารที่ผมชอบกินคือ pad thai. And this one is the one that I told you earlier. เป็นตำรวจที่นี่ yeah. So this one is fine. You can say เป็นตำรวจที่นี่ or คือตำรวจที่นี่ It's fine. So to sum it up, you can use เป็น with occupation and you can still use pen even though it's occupation with specific like description. For example เป็นตำรวจที่นี่ตำรวจ is police เป็นตำรวจที่นี่ที่นี่ is here เป็นตำรวจที่นี่เป็นตำรวจ I am police I'm a policeman เป็นตำรวจที่นี่ I am policeman here it's fine but you don't want to say ผมคือตำรวจ you want to say ผมคือตำรวจที่นี่ because ที่นี่ is more specific okay all right so I'm gonna move on to this one. Oh, and one other thing is คือ to sum it up คือ the thing after คือ if it's a name it's pretty much 100% you're not going to use pen okay for example my teacher is Sarah introduction specific right this is Sarah คือ okay คือ Sarah okay let's talk about เป็นอะไร and คืออะไร for a little bit so what is this is คืออะไร what is this is คืออะไร okay คืออะไร what is this คืออะไรนี่ this นี่ thisนี่คืออะไร you can drop คือ here นี่อะไรนี่อะไรนี่อะไรนี่แก้ว a cup or a mug right นี่แก้วนี่อะไรนี่คืออะไร right definition you can add คือ here you're not going to say นี่เป็นอะไร yeah นี่คืออะไรนี่คืออะไร definitionเป็นอะไร mean what's wrong it's totally different from คืออะไร okay it's an expression in Thai because เป็นyou probably have learned that pen is verb to be, right? Is MR and ara is what? Okay, so pen ara actually means what's wrong or what's the matter. Pen ara. Okay, for example, Sarah pen ara. What's wrong with you, Sarah? Pen ara. Pen ara. Sarah pen ara. Pen ara. Right, drop R, right? เป็นอะไร เป็นอะไร okay so เป็นอะไร what's wrong with you Sarah yeah so that's the differences between คือ and เป็น okay I am actually gonna teach this in my intermediate group as well if it's gonna happen still need 2 or 3 more people to sign up I will teach more of these too there and I just taught this to one of my intermediate students as well Kim Hai yeah so I think he got it he actually got it before I taught him so okay I'm gonna move on to some namna but let me check the questions first okay the friend zone you're so funny see drop by to say good night Nico wow okay guys so I'm gonna move on to som nam na okay this one is my friend's favorite som nam na my friend Shane he loves this phrase or expression som nam na mean it serves you right okay som nam na you want to use it when you want to joke about it for example you already warned your friends not to like this girl and this girl she's like a player and then in the end she dumped your friend or something and then hold on how did I start what did I say okay let's start again you told your friend yeah you gave your friend a heads up or a warning not to date this girl and then the girl dumped your friend and then you know that your friend is not really like heartbroken but just like a little disappointed you can say som nam na like it serves you right I already warned you right but if your friend is like so heartbroken and like he really like this girl you might not want to say som nam na because it's not a joke for him it's like it's real he's like freaking heartbroken. So you don't want to use that. So I think it depends on the context. I usually say it behind a person's back. I don't really say it right in front of their face. I say, for example, someone wants to ruin or destroy my reputation and try to make up stories to make me look bad, and in the end she faces the consequences herself. She faces what she wants to. She faces the ill intention towards me. Yeah, so it's like goes right back to her. Then I would say, ha ha ha, som nam na. Yeah, like, yeah, it serves her right. Like, so yeah, I would say that. But it's like usually when I hear some stuff about people, wish me like ill intentions or harm intentions or stuff like that, like wish me harms or want me to go to some, I don't know, how could I put it? Want me to face like misfortune and stuff like that, and then that things actually happens to themselves, and I would say some nam na, and I would just laugh at it. That's not good, anyways. But I would say, and that also when we say som nam na, another expression that is actually related to som nam na is the word sa jai. Yeah, sa jai. It's like you feel. It's not a good word. It's not a good. You shouldn't feel that. It's bad. Sa jai. It's like you feel like when the person faces the consequences that they deserve, you feel happy about it. So it's not good. Okay, sa jai. Yeah, this one sa jai. Yeah, so som nam na and sa jai kind of go together. I think these two go together. Sa jai. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, som nam na, sa jai. Yeah, it's not good, guys. We should always be forgiving people, even though they don't, even though they hate us. So, som nam na,นะคะ, som nam na. Okay, nam na, I just looked up. I just did a little research today. Nam na means like someone like you. Oops. Yeah, like someone like you. Nam na. It's like this. Nam na. Like this is na, right? Nam na, nam na. So someone like you, someone in your position. Okay, nam na. So som is from the word som kwan. Som kwan. Yeah, som kwan. Som kwan means suitable. Or som kwanแล้ว. Okay, means suitable. Nam na. Form น้ำหน้าอย่างเธอ น้ำหน้าอย่างเธอ someone like you, or น้ำหน้า it's like you, someone like you. So น้ำหน้า it's like someone like you deserves to be punished, or it serves you right. Yeah, so น้ำหน้า. If my friends, like relative or family, pass away, I wouldn't say สมน้ำหน้า. It's not. I mean, no, sorry. If someone that I don't really like, or like I have like conflicts with, and then their family like died, I wouldn't even say som nam na. It's too cruel. It's not very. It's very rude to say that, even though behind their back. That's what I think. I wouldn't wish people to go, through miseries just because I don't like them. So I wouldn't say that. Som nam na can be used very like lightly too. My ex-boyfriends said it to me a few times. I think it was funny. I think I complained about something to him, and then he said, yeah, you shouldn't do this. And then 2 days later, I was like, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have done that. And he's like, yeah, som nam na. Okay, yeah. So it's fine. You can say it to your loved ones. Make sure that the situation is not like serious. Okay, situation is like not serious, and try to do it behind someone's back. Like try not to do it in front of their face, because like in front of them, say it directly to them could hurt the person's feelings. You never know, right? So Okay, so before I get to the last one, which is greng jai, I want to touch upon tam jai for a little bit. I made a short clip the other day, and someone commented about this word like tam jai and lao tai. Tam jai and lao tai in Thai means let me type that one first. Lao tai. Okay. Tam jai means follow. Tam, literal meaning is to follow. Jai is heart, like I follow your heart or what your heart desires. Yeah. So tam jai, yeah, up to you. Yeah. Lao tai is also up to you. Depends on you. It depends. So, one, I think it's Mike, commented about how it's a little, sometimes it's confusing or a little frustrating for foreigners when Thai people say tam jai or lao tai. So in Thai culture, we love to put the other persons first. Like, we love to put you guys first. And yeah, I heard a lot of stories about Thai girls or even Thai guys. I think like when they're on a date and then they would be like, oh, wherever you want, whatever you want, whatever, อะไรก็ได้ up to you ตามใจ or แล้วแต่คุณ so it's frustrating because sometimes the other person who comes from the different culture than Thai culture, maybe they want you to make a decision. They want the Thai person to make a decision. And sometimes we just like, oh, up to you, right? Like you choose, you pick. Because we feel greng jai. That's also related to the concept of greng jai too, which I'm going to get into, in a second. So that's why it's frustrating for some people. Yeah. So the one of my followers asked Mike like what he meant by it's frustrating. So I'm explaining right now that because Thai people are very greng jai, we don't want to bother the other person. We want to put the other person first. So we usually say ตามใจค่ะ like up to you, whatever, อะไรก็ได้ค่ะ อะไรก็ได้ yeah. I have a video for this one. อะไรก็ได้ so you can search อะไรก็ได้ อะไรก็ได้ means whatever. Let's search greng jai and then Thai with Sarah. And you will see this video. I have two videos on this concept, greng jai, part 1 and part 2. I give 7 definitions of greng jai in Thai. And then the second part, the part 2 of the video, I talk about how the concept of greng jai is used in the context. It's in so many like variations of situations. And I was also introduced the word อะไรก็ได้ in those scenarios too. So you might want to check those out. That should help give a better understanding of the complex concept of greng jai in Thai culture. Okay, so last one for today. I would like to talk about the concept of greng jai. There's one subscriber wrote to me a while ago. He said, I was watching your videos on greng jai. Greng jai, okay? Greng jai. And I had a culture question about it when dealing with a person in authority. What is the expectation of the person in authority to act with greng jai? My experience is surprisingly negative, where they do not act with greng jai, making me look bad to others in an open forum. And then I feel I cannot challenge this, either in the open forum or even privately. Please help me understand. So the word greng jai, okay, first, greng jai. Greng is to be afraid of or to fear. Jai is heart, okay? Greng jai, literal meaning is you are fearful of the heart of the other person. So you care about the other person's feelings. You don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. Okay, in a way, it's really good. It's a nice culture, but sometimes it's a little too much because we cannot really. It's like it kind of prevents us sometimes to like from speaking the truth or speaking our mind, like what's on our mind. Okay, so he asked about greng jai in terms of how greng jai is applied when the authority figure, like how the authority figure treats the subordinates or the person who reports to them or under them. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this based on my experience. Okay, so I saw your question, Shane. I'll answer that later. Oh, actually, sorry. Let me get to greng jai in a second. Let me answer this first. How do you ask what is he as in the profession? What is he? You mean like what his position is, right? เขา you wanna say เขาคือใคร yeah, like เขาคือใคร or if you wanna say like professions like เขาทำงานอะไร yeah. Let me get back to you in a second. Okay, how to say I hope to see you soon. Yeah, let me answer all of these questions at the very end. Okay, let's get back to greng jai. Okay, I want to answer that before I forget because I'm very forgetful. So here you can see me clearly. Let's talk about greng jai. So in my own experience, when I had a boss, I had maybe 3 bosses, no, 4 or 5, yeah, in my life. So for me, my bosses never felt greng jai towards me, ever, I think. Oh, there was one boss that was greng jai towards me. This was the only one, but then the rest was not really, and the rest were Thai. Yeah, the one who was greng jai was for a foreigner. Yeah, Farang. Okay, so when I explained the word greng jai in my video, so I was explaining like how seniors, how juniors will feel greng jai towards seniors, right? So we greng jai kru, okay? Kru is teacher. We greng jai พ่อแม่ parents, right? พ่อ father, แม่ mom, okay? So we greng jai kru, we greng jai พ่อแม่ and when we say greng jai, that word means we are fearful of the authority that they have, or we respectful of them. It could mean either or. I don't need to respect my teacher, but I can still feel greng jai anyways because I fear the consequences or the punishment if I show that I don't respect them. Okay? So greng jai here could mean I fear the authority, like power, or I just, I'm respectful to them. Okay? It could be either or. That applies to my parents too. I can just be respectful to my parents and feel greng jai, or I can just, oh my god, I don't want to be punished. Yeah, so maybe I don't respect my parents at all, but I'm fearful of punishment, and so I can feel greng jai too. Okay, so when we talk about greng jai in this, I think there are 7 definitions of greng jai, and I think this is the definition that is probably like, it's the definition that best explains the situation that the subscriber who asked the question was in. Okay, so he's right, because in Thai culture, the only concept, like the only position that applies greng jai is the junior one or subordinates who feel greng jai towards seniors or the persons that they report to or they under. So as a teacher, like not me, okay, like anyone who's a teacher, they don't need to feel greng jai towards their students. It's our culture. They don't need to, I mean, they can care, but they're not expected to feel greng jai, to feel like they need to be respectful to students. The same goes with parents too. Parents don't need to be respectful to their children, right? So they can do whatever they want, and so that's why I grew up in a culture where I couldn't argue. And we actually have this word called tiang, which means argue with no reasons. When anything that came out from my mouth, my dad would say, don't tiang, right? Don't argue, right? So it doesn't matter if I had a reason or not. If I say something, it was wrong because I needed to feel greng jai. I need to feel like I need to feel like whatever my parents said was right, and I couldn't argue. So that's the concept of greng jai. I need to greng jaiพ่อแม่. I need to respect them in that sense, right? So he's right. So when you work with Thai people, and if they are your boss, you cannot really argue with them or challenge them. You cannot really tell them that they're in the wrong, because it's our culture. I mean, if they're open, if they like are open-minded, or if they like grew up in North American culture or any other culture that is different than Thai culture, then they would be open to. And it's also about ego too. It doesn't always mean like people from Western culture will be open, right? So some people have egos too, and they wouldn't listen to anyone anyways, right? So I'm talking like in general. From my experience, I think something happened at my work maybe like 4 years ago, and I brought it up to my boss, and I asked her like to sit down and discuss with her privately, and I pretty much like confronted her. I didn't feel greng jai at all, yeah. And so in the end, it didn't end well. So I wouldn't advise that you do that, right? Because it wouldn't. Yeah, I think the only way to avoid this conflict is just to play along and go with the flow. Because it's our culture, it's like you cannot really do that to the authority figure, right? Especially if they have the power to like fire you or promote you. You want to like, keep like a good relationship with them. So the concept of greng jai applies to junior, to senior, or subordinates to the boss only, not two-way street, okay? All right, let me answer the question. I heard. Okay, what is he as in profession? What is he as in profession? What is he as in profession? ไม่เข้าใจเขาคือใครเขาคือใคร Yeah, like who is he? เขาทำงานตำแหน่งอะไรเขาคือใคร Who is he? เขาทำงานตำแหน่งอะไรตำแหน่ง is position ตำแหน่งอะไรเขาทำงานตำแหน่งอะไรทำงาน work position what เขาทำงานตำแหน่งอะไร Yeah, so you want to say that instead of like เขาคือเขาคือใคร it's like who is he? Yeah. Or you can say เขาเป็นใครเขาคือใครis better, I think. I heard one how to say I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you soon is หวังว่าจะได้เจอกันเร็วๆนี้นะหวังว่าจะได้เจอกันเร็วๆนี้นะหวังว่าจะได้เจอ What happened to my keyboard? เจอกันเร็วนี้ Oh, it's probably my nails are too long. นะหวังว่า I hope that จะได้ or get to will get to จ เจอกัน see each other เร็วๆ soon เร็วๆนี้นะเร็วๆนี้นะ it's a เร็วๆนี้ is expression like soon okay เร็วๆนี้เร็วๆนี้เร็วๆนี้นะเร็วๆนี้นะหวังว่าจะได้เจอกันเร็วๆนี้นะมันยาวไปหรือเปล่าyou can say this too I want to see you soon อยากเจอกันเร็วๆนี้อยากเจอกันเร็วๆนี้อยากเจอกันเร็วๆนี้Yeah, I want to see you soon. I want is easier. Like it sometimes like you cannot really translate from English to Thai. It would sound really odd. I mean it's not odd. This one is just like long, but in Thai we just say อยากเจอกันเร็วๆนี้อยากเจอกันจังเลย Yeah, I want to see you so badly. I want to see you so much. อยากเจอกันจังเลย Okay. Shane, I heard one person actually shortened สมน้ำหน้าHow come see my bed? สมน้ำหน้า to just สม is this common? Yeah, you can say สม it's fine too. สม is like suits you. สม okay, suits you. Should I say ไปปัสสาวะ instead of ไปห้องน้ำ No, I wouldn't advise that. You don't need to tell them you're going to go number 1 or number 2. ปัสสาวะ is a formal word for number 1. You want to say that? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't share the screen. Here. Oh, I kept saying without sharing. Sorry about that. So this is the one, okay? เขาคือใคร Who is he? เขาทำงานตำแหน่งอะไร Yeah. ทำงานเขา he งาน work ตำแหน่ง position what อะไร I hope to see you soon. หวังว่า hope that จะได้ get to เจอกัน see each other เร็วๆนี้ soon okay or อยากเจอกันเร็วๆนี้ I want to see you soon I want to อยากเจอกัน see each other เร็วๆนี้ soon okay sorry I forgot to share the screen ไปปัสสาวะ no we don't say that I mean we say that it's really odd like I remember when I was in my middle school it was really funny I raised my hand and I said teacher can I go ไปปัสสาวะ right can I ไปปัสสาวะ please can I go pee please can I go number 1 please yeah we don't say that I mean like kids say that but I don't say that anymore and in Thai culture like in Thai classroom it's very common for students to raise their hands and say something like teacher I want to go pee yeah so I learned that when I went to Canada first time I learned that people didn't do that I mean they don't do that in their culture they just get up and go to restroom สวัสดีค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ Justin สวัสดีค่ะ Justin Rubenstein Hi Daryl I've read a book about this so-called Kunna Bun Kun and Decha it tells about the relevance of hierarchy in Thai culture yeah there's a lot of reference of I mean there's a lot of reference to Thai like seniority and hierarchy right I'm not sure about date right you mean date kun bun kun and date right okay Gustavo can you share the screen again oh yeah I just did sorry about that I already explained it so I hope you got that ครูที่เก่งมากคือ Sarah oh that's a good one ครูที่เก่งมากคือ Sarah ครูที่เก่งมากคือ Sarah yeah that's a good one to use ครู yeah because Sarah is a name right specific yeah ครู I like that too because it's a compliment ครูที่เก่งมากคือ Sarah you can say เก่งที่สุด right the best or the most คือ Sarah okay ครูที่เก่งมากครูที่เก่งมากคือ Sarah yeah So ku here, like I said, right? After ku, if it's a name, definition, then you use ku. Okay, ครูที่เก่งมากคือ Sarah. The teacher that is good is Sarah. Good example. What's the difference between เขาเป็นใคร and เขาคือใคร? Thanks. This one though is the same. เขาเป็นใคร and เขาคือใคร. But I would say เขาเป็นใคร yeah, it means the same. But if I introduce someone like this is my husband, I would say นี่คือสามีค่ะ or นี่สามี or คือ okay นี่คือสามี Sarah, like my husband, or นี่สามี Sarah. I'm not gonna say นี่เป็นสามี that would be so weird. Yeah, so if it's like an introduction, like and the name after, you use คือ but เขาเป็นใคร and เขาคือใคร pretty much mean the same. I would say the correct one is เขาคือใคร. Yeah, but you can use เป็นคือ this one is fine. So there's some sentences that you kind of have to memorize, but I just give you like the rules of คือ and เป็น already. So if you want to use that, I mean memorize that and like remember them and use them when you come up with sentences, you understand better. Or if you have a private tutor or instructor, if you take Thai lessons regularly, you can come up with sentences, and then you can ask your teacher to check if they're correct. If they're correct, you have to, like my students though, they came up with a lot of sentences until they actually got like how to use ku and ben, because sometimes you guys know, right? The Thai is very like the Thai language is very flexible in terms of structure. So sometimes it's like you can use this, you cannot use that, and then bit by bit, because sometimes it's just so easy, you can use anything, and sometimes you just just don't understand like why you use this. Sometimes it's too easy. When it's too easy and there's no structure at all, sometimes it is hard to remember, right? So you just need to keep using them. But anyways, เขาเป็นใคร เขาคือใคร can be used interchangeably, the same way as ฉันเป็นครูที่นี่ and ฉันคือครูที่นี่ you use that. You can use that. You can use both คือ and เป็น as well for those sentences. Yeah, but the thing is, I think the trick is to try to filter the one that you cannot use. For example, like you cannot say เป็นครูของฉันเป็น Sarah. If after the word เป็น you cannot use the name, then you can just cut that choice out, right? So it's rule out. Or something like Saraku, like occupation. You don't want to use คือ okay, unless it's occupation plus specific description. Yeah, so you wanna root out those stuff that is not common to use. Yeah, but เขาเป็นใคร and เขาคือใคร are pretty much the same. MO. Does the concept of เกรงใจ apply in boyfriend-girlfriend relationship? I gave one definition that applies to romantic relationship too. But เกรงใจ here, when you use it in terms of a romantic relationship, it will mean that you still have the feelings for the person or you care about the person. I'll give you an example. If I say, Sarah, เกรงใจ okay, เกรงใจ แฟนเก่า Sarah เกรงใจ แฟนเก่า Cara เกรงใจแฟนเก่า So this one means, okay, let's put แฟนเก่า first, like ex-boyfriend first, and then I'm gonna go to my imaginary boyfriend. Sarah เกรงใจแฟนเก่า okay, เกรงใจแฟนเก่า. Alright, so แฟนเก่า เก่า means old. แฟนเก่า is ex-boyfriend. Sarah เกรงใจแฟนเก่า. So if I say I'm เกรงใจ towards my ex, it means that I still cared about the person. I still cared about that ex of mine. I wouldn't post my new boyfriend picture on my social media. I would try to avoid talking about it with him if I stay in touch with my ex. Okay, so that would mean that I still have feelings. I still care. I still don't want him to lose face. Like if like let's say he's like our mutual friends like, oh my god, Sarah is already dating someone else, someone new, then I wouldn't let our mutual friends know if I still greng jai my ex-boyfriend. I would still care how he would look or appear in terms of like because like if we have mutual friends and if they know that I have a new boyfriend, then it wouldn't be good for he wouldn't look good, right? Like he would lose face. I don't know in Thai culture, but yeah. So in that case, it's like I still care about the person's feelings if he's gonna be hurt or not. Okay. So now let's talk about another greng jai with my imaginary boyfriend. Sarah greng jai fan. Okay. So let's say if I'm greng jai towards my boyfriend, it means that I respect him a lot. I wouldn't want to do anything that would make other people feel like I wouldn't do anything that make him lose face. I wouldn't do anything behind his back, even though he wouldn't know, but other people know. I would respect him so much. That's greng jai. So I would do everything that is right in our relationship and make sure that I would be respectful to him. Okay, with or without his presence. Yeah. Okay, so that's greng jai fan. So if I'm greng jai fan, greng jai boyfriend, then I can give you an example. Like my ex-boyfriend didn't like me to go out and have dinner. I mean, that's like common anyways, like in relationship. So we were in a long distance relationship and then he didn't want me to go out and meet guys for dinner. He said I can meet them over lunch as far as friends, but over dinner he wouldn't like it. So I feel greng jai him. Like I respect him a lot and I respect our relationship. So I didn't do that. So that explained like Sarah greng jai fan. So I wouldn't do anything that he wouldn't want me to do or anything that would make him feel uncomfortable. Okay. So if I don't feel greng jai fan, right, I would just go out and meet any guys over dinner. Yeah, I would say my greng jai. Yeah, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't respect him. Then my greng jai. It's like a combination of feeling caring, respect, yeah, like care about the other person's feelings, respect. Yeah, if you like some people just don't greng jai their wives, right? They just have like mistresses, or they just like come home really late. So in that case, like my greng jai. Okay. There's a thin line between greng jai and glua too, right? Like greng jai is like you feel you are respectful of the other person's feelings, and glua it's like you fear or you are afraid of the other person. But greng jai is more like the combination of caring and respect. But glua it's like you fear of the consequences, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Next one, Tim. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Tim. How are you? Thank you, Ajahn Sarah. Thank you, Gustavo. Are you back in the US? No, I'm still in Bangkok. Fortunately, I'm in Bangkok. Gills, you're from France, right? What is the difference between เรื่องราว and นิทาน เรื่องราว is stories. นิทาน is tales. นิทาน is like for it's like, well, it's like stories too, right? นิทาน นิทาน is like fairy tales, I would say. เรื่องราว doesn't always means like เรื่องราว could mean stories and เรื่องราว could mean something that you make up. Like เรื่อง like นิทาน is always tales. เรื่องราว could mean stories, tales, and เรื่องราว also means like something that is like negative, like situations or stuff like that. Yeah. Which one do you like, Alina? greng jai. Okay, that's it, guys. Oh, it's been an hour. Okay, so that's it. I'll see you guys next Monday. Also, if you want to study in a structured class with me, you can still enjoy these free lessons with me, okay? I'm so happy to do that every week. But if you want to actually get serious with Thai language, I suggest that you take like a structure class with me or any other Thai instructor. Then you get to learn from the beginning, the basics, the tones and everything. Yeah. And you get to ask me questions and I get to correct your tones, your pronunciation, and we're going to have real interaction on Zoom. So the cost is very affordable. It's 45, is it 4,500 baht? Yeah, 4,500 baht for 15 hours with me. And I also assign you guys in the homework individually as well. I give you feedback. Okay, so that's like a bonus for you because usually group lessons, you don't get to do that, right? Okay, so is this Alina who was interviewed with American Thai guy? No, Alina is in San Francisco. Greng Jai. Greng Jai Alina, not Green Jai. Greng Jai. Greng Jai. Okay, you can rewatch it later, Tim. พูดภาษาไทยเก่งมากๆ Yeah. Oh, you mean me, right? Okay, you're welcome, Simon. I still have some more questions from you. I'll get into those later. That's it, guys. All right, thank you. I will see you guys again next time. Bye. See you.